So as Tony was reading the names, I was looking around. I know that everybody here probably knows somebody that's on this list. And I'm looking around and everyone is being affected by this and is reacting to this. And it doesn't matter if you're a longshoreman and you went to work as a lasher, or you were a clerk and you went to go do your job in the yard, or you were a foreman that was going to go run a job, a container job, or a security guard that was going to go direct traffic. The names on here don't discriminate how or when or where they were killed. But it's just a fact of our job that I think we take for granted, a lot of us. And one of the reasons that we do this today is for you guys that are active, that are out there working every day, to be cognizant of that, to be aware of that, to be a little extra cautious as you're going out there today. Like we talk about Jose Santoyo, 1-year-old grandchild, getting ready to celebrate. Vivian Malulu, who's our health benefits officer, I talked to her this morning. She had the unenviable task of going over and telling Jose's wife what had happened this morning, and she told me it was the toughest thing she's ever had to do, ever. And it's something that when it happens, you don't expect it, you can't plan for it, but when it happens and it's one of our ILWU family members, our brothers and sisters, we rally together, we rally around each other, and we support them. And that's what we're going to do to Jose and his family. We wish the best for his wife, his 2 daughters, especially his grandkids. So now I'd like to call up the president of Local 13, who's our keynote speaker today, Ray Familathe, my good friend.
Good morning, brothers and sisters, active longshoremen, marine clerks, foremen, pensioners, distinguished guests. I speak to you this morning with a very heavy heart. I typically start my day about 6 in the morning with a call from my son in the United States Coast Guard. But this morning I got a call from a rank and file member of the Union, David Serrato, who was at the Phoenix Marine Pier 300 facility, and he told me there was an explosion and he didn't know how serious it was. Shortly after, we found out that we had 2 mechanics performing maintenance or repair duties on a piece of cargo handling equipment. And while they were performing their duties, changing a tire on a top handler, there was an explosion. I can't give you more than the extent of that. Jose Santoyo, at 7:15 this morning, passed away due to the explosion. His co-worker, Pedro, is in serious shape right now. He's been transported to Harbor UCLA Trauma Center. He's undergoing surgery right now. We pray for his well-being, that he recovers and pulls through today. But as Greg said, my health benefits officer, Vivian Malulu, and myself, along with, I want to put out a great piece of appreciation to the Los Angeles Port Police. The Port Police escorted Vivian and I out to Jose Santoyo's residence, where I had to deliver the message to his wife. We all go to work each day and we have our families, and we usually have plans about returning home. And as Greg mentioned, I spoke to Jose's daughter. Jose's 1-year-old grandson, it's his birthday today. The family was preparing food already, looking forward to their father's return to the home. Our workplace, as you know, is extremely dangerous. This wasn't an accident or a situation in a cargo handling operation, but it was in the maintenance and repair. Everything we do on the waterfront is dangerous. I took the position of president of Local 13 2 months ago, and I know that many presidents that have come before me have been in the same position I was today, having to deliver the most difficult message to a family that you could do. I spoke to the family of Pedro. They're at the hospital right now, praying and hoping that their father husband pull through. That was as difficult. These two men had worked together for 35 years, and I forget which one, but one got the other one the job on the waterfront, and they've both been working together for over 10 years at Phoenix Marine. Like many of you sitting out here today, you're standing next to your coworker, your best friends, your brothers and sisters you walk on that terminal with each and every day. And we know that safety is the utmost importance to every longshoreman, marine clerk, and foreman, even our watchmen, security guards on the waterfront. We all know how challenging it is today in this rush, everything's important world. When you order something on Amazon, remember, all that pressure's on everybody on the supply chain. Longshoremen, we know we're being pushed to move that cargo faster. Those truck drivers trying to move quickly to get the cargo out the gate. And we can't put enough emphasis on health and safety. But we know that our jobs are inherently dangerous. As was mentioned before, we're in challenging times. When you look at John Knutson and Dickie Parker, they were fighting to form a union, the ILWU, where every worker could have a voice about getting fair wages and having good conditions of employment and a safe workplace. But the new death of longshoremen isn't the accident on the job, it's automation. We have a modern day challenge here. You can easily lose your life on any cargo terminal due to a mishap. We're moving tons and tons of cargo at a time. But this new form of death that we're facing is the elimination of longshoremen as we know it. Artificial intelligence. I can tell you, the officers of Local 13, 63, and 94, and some of the Coast Committee just traveled to a port technology conference in Europe. We met with the engineers, the project managers that design automated terminals. And over the next 5 years, you are going to see more and more brownfield automated terminals popping up in LA, Long Beach, and various places throughout the world. Why? Because automation's getting cheaper. They say that automated terminals are safer. If you want to make my job safe, move me indoors. I want to see that automation has benefited me and us as a workforce, and that automation is doing something truly beneficial for society. I challenge the engineers that develop algorithms and the automated cargo handling robots that we see in certain places now. And I said to them, do you have a socially responsible version of automation? Because I haven't seen it. I want to make sure that the future of the ILWU, the men and women that have just got their Class B books, have a future. I'm getting towards the end of my career, and it saddens me when I see so many of the names on the men that have lost their lives on the job here in the ports of LA, Long Beach. I've known quite a few of them personally. And today was a tragic situation. We will advance with time. Every generation has their struggles. But as the men and women of the ILWU, we'll adapt. We are going to deal with this change, but we're also going to fight for the rights of every worker on the waterfront, the ILWU registered members, and hopefully the casuals to someday have a meaningful job, a living wage job, a job that you can hold your head up high and know that you're above the poverty line. When I spoke today to Jose Santoyo's wife, she said to me, my husband and I just flew back from Texas. We had just purchased a farm. Jose is nearing retirement age, and he was looking forward to our family moving. I think you can tell by the tone of my voice how choked up I am, because every one of us wants to work on the waterfront, take care of our family, and retire. I know the men and women in front of me, the retirees of the ILWU, are blessed that we've negotiated good retirements, and they can live with dignity. So many people are struggling throughout the United States right now through wage inequity. We're going to see more and more unemployment with automation. So as we continue to battle this modern day challenge of the ILWU, the automation and the elimination of jobs, let us also remember John Knutson, Dickie Parker, and all the men that we've read their names today, but especially Jose Santoyo, that lost his life today at 7:15 a.m. and won't be going home to his family. And let us remember Pedro Chavan, as he's expected to be in surgery all day. They said it could be a very lengthy day. I hope, bless those surgeons, that every God-given ability they have, that they're able to repair and make sure that he gets home to his family tonight. So let's remember those that have come before us, and let's remember the challenges that we have ahead of us, so that the ILWU just isn't something of the past, that the ILWU lives on for the future, for many generations. Thank you.